And okay, so this is the first page, the first problem in the factor label method of unit conversion assignment. And I'm actually going to record the steps that I take here and post this video recording to our Schoology page so that you have access to this so you can understand how to do this assignment. Okay, so we're going to drag and drop conversion factor items into their appropriate positions so that we can do this. And the problem is to convert 1 mile into inches. So first of all, I'm going to drag 1 mile up here, and I put it on the bottom so that we can cross cancel miles, right? So when we have a unit up in the numerator, up in the top, we can cross cancel that with a unit that's on the bottom or in the denominator. So that 1 mile unit can cancel. Now we happen to know that in 1 mile there are 5,280 feet. So these two items stacked on one another, 5,280 feet over 1 mile, that constitutes a conversion factor, right? In other words, we know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile, and so this allows us to make that conversion. And like I mentioned just a moment ago, we can cross cancel the miles. Now, the other thing that we know is that in every 1 foot, there are 12 inches. And so we can cross cancel the feet that are in the numerator of this first conversion factor with the foot that's in the denominator of the second conversion factor. Those units actually cross cancel. And so now we have canceled the miles, we have canceled the feet, and we're left with inches. And so to actually do the rest of the problem, we would have to use a calculator. And so I'm going to drag the calculator up in here. Okay, and so what we're going to do is multiply the items in, right, everything that has a 1, we can ignore the 1s because we know that 1 times 1 is 1, and if we divide by 1, we get the same result. So we can disregard all the 1s. What we have to do is multiply 5,280 by 12. So I'm going to do 5,280 divided by 12, and we get our answer, which would be 440 inches. That can't be right. Let me try that again. Okay, 5,280 divided, not divided by. Let me go back. Okay, 5,280, Mr. Chevry makes a mistake, times 12. This is better. Okay, so the answer actually is 63,360. So there are 63,360 inches in 1 mile. Okay, let's do the next problem. Actually, the next problem is the solution problem number 1. And if we do the drop down, we see that 63,360 is one of the options, so we can choose that. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now for this one, we're going to go backwards. And what we're doing here is we're converting 1 inch into miles. Okay, so first of all, we have to set up the unit conversion, the factor conversion, or conversion factor, I should say, that's going to convert inches into something else. Now, what we can say is that 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. And notice that I put the 12 inches on the bottom, and that's so that it can cancel the 1 inch that's on the top. So inches will cancel inches. Okay, the next step that we have to do, since we're trying to convert into miles, is we have to convert the foot into miles. And from our last problem, we know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And notice that I put the feet on the bottom so that the foot on the top here will cancel the feet on the bottom here. Foot and feet are actually the same unit. And so I make my conversion factor 1 mile over 5,280 feet so that they will convert like that. Okay, so this would be the correct answer for that. And so once again, I'm going to pull up the calculator. And in this case, we notice that all of the ones appear in the numerator. So we're going to have 1 divided by whatever 12 times 5,280 feet is. Now, from the last problem that we did, 12 times 5,280 feet was 63,360. And let's do that again. 5,280 times 12 is equal to 63,360. Okay, and so now we're going to have to take the reciprocal for this one, since the 63,360 has to be in the denominator. Okay, and so I'm going to do 1 over x. Okay, let me clear this. So I'm going to do 1 over x, and the x I'm going to put in is going to be 63,360, which was 12 times 5,280. Notice that I put parentheses around the 63,360 and then hit the equal button. Okay, and so that will be the answer to that question. And I'm getting a bunch of chats, so I'm going to pause my video here for just a moment and respond to the chats. Okay, so let's go look at the next problem, and if we do the drop down, we see that the answer that we got is one of the choices. So let's go to the next one. Okay, here we are converting 1 foot into meters. So first we're going to convert 1 foot. Going to convert 1 foot into 12 inches. So that way the feet will cancel. Now we have inches. And now we know also that, and you guys should know this, okay, I mentioned it several times, but 1 inch is the same thing as 2.54 centimeters. So now the inches will cancel and we're left with centimeters. So far in our unit chain, we've converted feet into inches, and then we've converted inches into centimeters. And now we're going to convert centimeters into meters. Okay, and so this is how we do the factor label method of unit conversion. We set up these conversion factors so that the units in the numerator cancel the units in the denominator in the next conversion factor. So hopefully this was helpful to you. This should be a relatively simple concept, actually. And so relative to some of the concepts that are out there. So I hope this was helpful.